Hello. You know, on this channel, we've been doing a lot of focusing on productivity and wellness and swellness and smellness, but when we do that, we often forget about one crucial thing.
We need to have more fun.
That's Catherine Price, author of the book, The Power of Fun, How to Feel Alive Again. Wow, that book really coincides with her TED Talk. Life is full of coincidences. This is not one of those times.
You know what's a lot harder than it seems like it should be? Actually feeling alive. We are all constantly doing, but we're not necessarily living. We feel a little bit dead inside.
So what are we gonna do about it? Well, in this video, we're gonna figure out what fun is, why it is so absurdly, effulgently, thank you, thesaurus.com, good for you, and figure out how to have more of it. Because nothing's more fun than analyzing fun! Yay! So why is having fun the healthiest, most productive thing you can do? Well, because, I don't know, maybe it's not, but it's an extreme claim, and extreme claims exude confidence and get attention, and we are in the attention economy, and being extreme is more fun! But I think there's a lot of truth to it. Here's the thing, I've let just having pure fun slip away from my life a little too much. Now don't get me wrong, I can still cut loose every once in a while. This is not one of those times. This takes far too much concentration. For the first decade of this channel, the entire point was pointlessness. Silly, dumb, intense, sweaty, adjective, fun. And then I got it in my head that I needed to switch it up and fill my life with meaning or whatever. Dumb. No! Good! But the danger is if you're constantly focusing on goals and everything has to have meaning and have progress, well...
Even the dictionary doesn't get it quite right. Amusement or enjoyment or lighthearted pleasure. It makes it sound like it's frivolous and optional.
Of course, it's all about balance. You gotta make sure that the fun you have isn't harmful to others. So no more knife throwing parties, Carl. And too harmful to yourself. So no more knife eating parties, Carl. It's probably better if everyone stays away from Carl until he gets his shit together. So look, I'm not saying that trying to improve your life and having a purpose can't be fun. I'm saying as soon as you start attaching long-term goals, aspirations, perfectionism, worry, a ticking clock, you start to suck the fun out of everything.
Exactly how does the suck cut work? As you can see, it sucks as it cuts. It certainly does suck.
So you gotta bring it back because fun is one of the things that makes life worth living. Probably the main thing. And if you continue to avoid it, everything starts to rot and fester, like in Moana when the heart of Te Fiti was stolen. I've seen Moana a lot of times. I have a 4-year-old. This is where the part of Moana where the fish is gone would be shown, but I don't want to get sued by Disney. They're very litigious. Probably shouldn't have even said Disney. I didn't. I was just talking about Disney right here. My version of the fish being gone would be lack of ideas and motivation, sadness, burnout, lack of fish. So you have to be active in seeking out the fun or you won't be able to catch the fish of life. And if you're a vegetarian, the plant-based fish sauce of life. And if you're a vegetarian who doesn't feel the need to replace meat with vegetarian things, life! And by fun, I'm not talking about falling down a scroll hole, because that's not it.
We scroll through social media for fun, even though doing so often makes us feel bad about kind of everything.
See, Catherine Price agrees with me, so I talk words good. So we need to actively seek out fun. But what is fun? I'm yelling a lot in this video because Ada and China are gone. Even
the dictionary doesn't get it quite right. Amusement or enjoyment or lighthearted pleasure. It makes it sound like it's frivolous and optional.
I agree. Well, then what is fun, Catherine? I ask a pre-recorded video that I've already seen.
Well, when people tell me their stories about fun, there are 3 factors that are consistently present: playfulness, connection, and flow.
Yeah, but what do you mean by playfulness?
I just mean having a lighthearted attitude of doing things for the sake of doing them and not caring too much about the outcome, letting go of perfectionism.
Yes! That's it exactly. The things I find most fun are fun for the thing itself. No other agenda, just being in the moment. In other words, pointless. In other words, dog going down slide. In other words, there is no other criteria for fun.
Connection refers to the feeling of having a special shared experience.
Oh, right. Connection. I guess I gotta call up some people.
And I do think it's possible in some circumstances to have fun alone.
Oh, thank goodness I can just be by myself with my own selfish selfness.
But in the majority of stories that people tell me about their peak fun memories, another person is involved.
Okay, I'll try to have other people around and stuff.
And then flow is the state where we are so engaged and focused on whatever we're doing that we
can even lose track of time. It's when we're in the zone.
Right. So that's fun. But why is fun good for us? Why is it healthy and productive? One reason fun is productive, it gives you energy. It's plainly obvious to me that when I'm having fun, I get more work done and it's better work. In the early days of WheezyWaiter, I just had all this energy to just get up, make a video over and over and over again. It's how I found my audience. It's how I got rid of perfectionism. The only reason I was able to do it was because it was fun. It wasn't the skill, ambition, dreams, goals, magical elf that sprinkled inspiration dust on my pelvis. Even though I had all those things, yeah, none of that would have mattered if it wasn't fun. 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 Sorry for hitting the table, but no, I'm not sorry. Fun. Fun. For 15 years of doing it, sometimes it's not as fun, but I get more done when it is fun. And that rhymes. And I feel really dumb by accidentally making that rhyme. But that's fine. Oh, did it again. When you do something for that long, it is a little bit more of a challenge to find the fun because your magical elf gets old and stinky and whiny. I didn't know the elves got whiny when they got old. I probably never would have got an elf. And there's lots of reasons fun is healthy. It reduces stress. It gives you fun. Moving on. How do you have fun? Quack. Well, I made a list. I should have a tie. 1. Do something pointless. Here's an example, video games. I love video games, but as soon as I try to do a let's play online, like on Twitch or something, sucks the fun right out of it. Not all the fun. It's still kind of fun, but it's not as fun because I have to worry about mic volume, camera placement, all the settings about live streaming. I gotta look at the comments, wonder what people are thinking, worry about if I'm doing it too long and when I should schedule it. It's never as much pure fun as if I'm just playing it because it's just a stupid, pointless thing to do. I know it's not completely pointless. I know people play professionally and it's a lot of people's jobs. I have total respect for people who play video games. I love it, but I love it most when it's completely pointless and others would call it a waste of time. That's when it's the best. If someone's like, video games are a waste of time, I'd be like, yum. I actually like to tell myself that there's no such thing as a waste of time. You can waste time. Let's just say that there's a patch of my lawn in the back, very savory yet sweet with traces of lavender and toned down rosemary. I had a few time throwing parties. Okay, I'm sure you're gonna give me examples of truly wasted time and okay, fine. I just think if you're worrying about wasting time, you're gonna have less fun. Try to do things that are pointless and don't try to justify the wasted time like, I'm just gonna go to the beach because I need some time off. No! You're going to the beach because it feels good and you like to pretend to be Patrick Swayze in Point Break. I'm gonna take a nap because I just need to recharge. No! You're gonna take a nap because naps rule and you're gonna try to have that same dream you had where you were flying around naked with a jetpack and the wind felt really funny on your nethers. I'm gonna go to the bar after work because it's good for morale. No! Wine, whiskey, beer, and Irish car bombs are a sloppy good time. I mean, don't overdo it and make sure you have a designated driver, and I recommend quitting for a year. I'm in the middle of that and I feel great. But have fun! Point is, pointlessness is the most fun, and just try to do that and forget about your goals. In fact, hinder your progress sometimes. I'm gonna spend a lot of time color correcting this shot right here because sometimes it's fun to just fiddle around with color correction, even though it wastes a lot of time and I really don't need to do it. Number 2, everything is funny. Everything, 100% of things are funny. Whether or not you should make them funny, that's a different conversation. But it is possible to do so. I'll prove it. I'm posting a completely white blank picture on Twitter and let's see all the jokes people make. Fake news. So true. Funny gif. I hate it, but I guess we just have to accept it. Content. Same. Quite right, quite right. It's finally happened, guys and gals. Wheezy is now the all-knowing, all-seeing space baby at the center of the universe. It's all-seeing, all-knowing, but 6 dozen, 3.5... whatever of the other. I don't remember that saying. Sonic the Hedgehog gif. Finally, something on Twitter everyone can agree on. With this one tweet, we are only one step away from world peace. Now, of course, if you make a joke out of everything, that can be annoying. I've been accused of this, believe it or not. How many jokes do you think I try to tell you a day?
At least a dozen.
I think that's low.
Dozens.
Too much, would you say?
Some days.
Well, that's how I know where the limit is. I push it.
Yes, you do.
So yeah, you can overdo it, but it is possible to make things funny and you should try to do it more because it's fun. But if you overdo it, 3, Bedazzle your background. This item is on the list for 2 reasons. 1, it's brilliant and I'm a brilliant person for putting it there. And 2, alliteration. Alliteration fiddles my feels, friend. Know what I'm saying? I'm not sure I know what I'm saying, but it is alliterative. This channel is called WheezyWaiter mainly because of the alliteration. Alliteration, awesome. Anyway, bedazzling your background is sort of supplemental fun, and it's something I'm not that good at, but I'm working on it. I tend to avoid buying things, and when I do, it's usually just functional, and I like to keep things tidy and minimal. But that's boring! I recently came across this thing called cluttercore, which is basically the opposite of minimalism, in which people fill their surroundings with stuff they love in an organized chaos sort of way. I may do a video about that at some point in the near future, so subscribe! But for now, I've been trying to introduce pointless junk around that's nice to look at. I have images happening on my TV right there. On display, I have this old NES cartridge of Breath of the Wild made out of wood that my friend Rob Scallon gave me. Thank you, Rob Scallon. You're the Scallonist. Which brings us to 4. Other people exist. I know we don't always have the time or the lack of plague to hang out with other people. But we should make the time, and I'm actually not that good about this. But another thing you can do, take a creepy picture of yourself and send it to one of your friends who isn't gonna, file a restraining order. I just sent this one to my friend Sam. And 5, stop worrying about placing everything you do neatly into a narrative of progress, or worry that your item on your list is stated succinctly or not, or even if you repeated yourself, like how this list item is pretty similar to the first one on the list, do something pointless, to which I say, I don't care. And that sums it up nicely. I hope this helped you figure out how to add pointlessness in your life so that you have more fun. And now I would like to thank the sponsor of this video, Climeworks. I've talked about Climeworks before, and I'll talk about them again. Damn it, because I believe in them. The last decade was the hottest in more than 100,000 years. We are feeling the effects of climate change. Good news is there's something we can do about it. Well, there's lots of things we should do. Reduce our dependence on fossil fuels, plant trees, hoobity boobity. But Climeworks enables individuals like me and you, and yes, Carl, to permanently remove CO2 from the air. Their orca plant in Iceland uses geothermal energy. My nickname in high school because I always emitted a hot mist from down below. I don't know why. Gas. It was gas. Farts. To power the plant, which sucks in air, filters out the CO2, and shoots it way down below into the basaltic rock where it mineralizes and is stored there for 5 minutes. Wait, forever. Forever. Wow. That's way better than 5 minutes. For a second there, I thought this was all a waste of time, which doesn't exist. Last April, the Intergovernmental Panel on Climate Change, or IPCC, argued that if we want to limit global warming to 1.5 degrees Celsius, that's, look it up yourself, degrees Fahrenheit, first, we need to drastically reduce emissions, and second, we need to remove excess CO2 from the air. And they said direct air capture is one of the most scalable and effective methods to do it. What? Direct air capture? How the crap are we gonna do that? Oh, right, that's what Climeworks is. Look, they got their orca plant, and now they're building an even bigger mammoth plant, and they plan to keep scaling up. I did a whole video about this. I interviewed them. I told you all the details about how it works. My friend Greg Benson pretends to be a doctor, a cop, and a guy dancing stupidly at a wedding. Link down below if you want to watch it. Anywho, I'm confident that they can keep scaling this thing up and help save the planet with your help. That's why I keep telling you about them. You can subscribe monthly or yearly at actnow.climeworks.com/wheezy, and they will remove CO2 in your name. Yes, even if your name's Carl. Or even if your name's Butts, they're not going to discriminate. You can go as low as $1 a month. So head over to actnow.climeworks.com/wheezy and start removing CO2 from the air today. Thank you for watching. I hope you had fun, and I hope you continue to have fun. Fun. Until your daddy takes the T-bird away. Here's a video in which I did a gratitude journal every day, and it really helped me feel good. YouTube thinks you'll like this video. I'm not so sure, actually. Prove me wrong. You can click there to subscribe, and you can support me on Patreon, where I do a monthly live stream and early releases of videos. People probably saw this video before you did. Jealous? Should be. Oh my God, I'm not having any fun at all doing this. None at all.